Live. Hello, good people of the interwebs. I'm thinking we are live, and I've got a special guest here today, my first ever guest that I will be asking the questions to. So let's give my friend here, TCU Gamer, a big round of applause. Come on in. We'll add you to the stream.
What's up, Dale?
How's it going?
It's good, man. Blessed. How are you?
Same. You know what? Blessed indeed. Absolutely. Every day. So I do appreciate you coming on today and wanting to partake in this little question and answer type session while you show off some books and tell us about the books that you submitted to CGC and just go over some of that. Yeah.
Sweet, yeah.
So
I'm glad I get to be the first one.
Yeah.
And like a big hit, and you have like, I don't know, 5,000-10,000 subscribers. Like I was there first.
No, yeah, exactly. Yes, that's in the future.
Yeah,
5,000 to 10,000. Yeah, that'd be nice. But we're sitting at like 5 something right now. Hey, we got comic addicts in the chat here. We got a couple people in the chat. See?
Rabbit Rob, comic addicts.
Yeah, Rabbit Rob. Rabbit Rob's a good dude. He works with me over at my job. But you can hear me okay? Testing out this new mic here.
I can hear you fine. Yeah. What's up?
Perfect. All right. Let's grab your beer because you're going to be in for a good show here, I'm sure. And we got Sector 2815. People are trickling in. That's good. Thank you, folks, for joining us as I navigate this thing they call StreamYard. But just let's get it started. Tell us about yourself, TCU Gamer. What got you into collecting and all that good stuff?
Man, so it's been about 2.5 years. It's kind of been a crazy way in. I feel like, it's over here. Yeah, that blue white book, Horizon Zero Dawn, one of my favorite video games, PlayStation exclusive. If y'all haven't played it, y'all should. But I following the game. I have artwork, I have statues, collector's editions, like all that, everything Horizon. I have Funkos back over here behind me of Horizon Zero Dawn. Crazy fanatic, right? And so I heard that they were doing comics for Horizon Zero Dawn. So I was like, man, I want all the comics. Like I want all the covers. And then I went into my LCS and was like, yeah, there's this Horizon Zero Dawn comic. I wanted all of them. And, the owner was like, hey, you want the 1 in 100? It's an art germ. And I was like, all the covers. I have no idea what the heck that means, but like, yes, I want it. And he's like, well, I'm only going to order like 50 or whatever. But if you want to order 50 more, I'll give them to you at my cost, and you keep the 50 cover A issue number ones, and I'll give you one of the other covers, the 1 in 100, and I'll charge you what I normally do for those. And I was like, oh yes, that's sweet. That sounds like a fair deal. I don't know that anybody else would do that. I don't know nothing about comics, but I was like, yeah, I want them. Cool. Tell me a price.
Heck yeah, that's a good deal.
Well, then I was thinking, I was like, man, this dude's like hooking me up, right? I'm paying $50 at his price. Like, where's he making money off of? So I was like, let me go look on the back shelf and let me grab a book. And it was Batman Dark Knight's Death Metal #1. And if y'all have read that, it's like crazy Snyder all over the place Batman. And so I got to the end and I was like, well, damn, what happens next? So next month came back, got issue #2. Then I picked up a couple other Batman books, and then man, it just kind of rabbit holed from there.
There you go. One thing led to another.
Yeah.
Sweet. So how long you've been collecting?
Like about 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years in August. So I guess it's a little over 2.5. 3 years in August, roughly.
That's it? I thought you had been collecting for a lot longer than that.
No,
wow, dude. That's awesome. So I understand that you have some CGC books that you just got back that since you don't do your YouTube channel anymore besides like gaming videos, I was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to come on my channel. You'll be my first interview. Let's look at those books, because you know me, I love to live vicariously through others and see what they get, because you never know what I need to add to my hit list. So
Yeah, definitely can go through a few.
Let's see it. Let me make you bigger here.
So I did a pre-screen, 25. Got 20 out of 25 9/8. Cat in my damn CGC box. Black cat. And then I did 7 slabs of I don't care what it is, just grade it. I don't care. So let's go through some of these 9/8s first. The Just Leave facsimile. Detective Comics, first Batman facsimile.
That would be cool if it was like the original in a 9/8. Holy smokes.
Might notice a trend here. There's a good old Robin.
Oh, look at that. Some High Republic.
Yep. That's a nice key if you're depending on X-Men 1.
Nice. So what are you planning on doing with all these facsimile books?
Man, a couple of them. I think I have another Robin that I will be selling. A couple of these I might be selling that are the facsimiles. The X-Men one I'll probably keep. The first Robin I'll probably keep one of those. And then a lot of these other books that you're seeing will probably be up for grabs. I gotta pay off the X-Men one that I got a little while ago. I'm still paying on that. So
the X-Men 1.
Strange Academy.
Nice. So, since you're mentioning you're selling these, where do you sell them at?
Instagram, TCU_gamer.
Okay.
I'll probably be putting up a post sometime this week with a bunch of stuff for sale. So definitely give me a follow.
Absolutely.
Look for that stuff.
I've got a couple of moderators. If you guys wouldn't mind putting TCU Gamers info in the chat, that'd be great.
Dude, Horizon is such a great game. It was a great story. Also, we do have that second Ahsoka comic book appearance.
Nice. In a 9/8 even.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take that out of that there plastic so we can get a nicer look at it?
I can.
Look at that.
Yeah. That is what you want. Everybody knows the first appearance is way expensive, and I don't think anybody is even looking for these. It's just I think there's a lot of potential for a cheap pickup in her second appearance still. Yeah. CGC didn't even put it on the label that it's her second appearance. It's that's how under the radar this book is.
A lot of people don't go after the second appearances until the first appearance is way out of reach.
Yeah. Just get them early. Get the second appearance first, and then work up to the first appearance.
Exactly.
We also have. I'm gonna take this one out too. If y'all know me, I love me something that's killing the children.
Yep.
There's number 27, but this was the Comics Pro variant, the retailer convention by invite only, and every store owner that went got one copy. So. Low print run, awesome looking cover. Got a second one. So one of these will be up for sale.
Nice.
I had to guarantee that I got myself a 9/8.
So there's your info for Instagram. Oh, there's that World Tree book. I still have yet to read that number 1.
Dude, it's so good. Not even just because I have World Tree for sale. That aside, it is such a great book.
Yeah.
I'm ready for number 2. This is the recalled cover, the 1 in 25, though. So really happy to have that. I do have a couple of the number 1 cover A's. Also the recalled. You can't see the whatever's going on down there. I got 2 more in this stack, Dale, and then I'm going to flip back to some more questions.
All right. Yeah, chat, if you have... Oh, that is a nice cover. Is that a metal cover?
Yeah, it's a foil. This is the Tiny Onion Substack. What you get once every, 2 or 3 months now. He'll send out a book.
Okay.
I have a World Tree one. You can see it on my Instagram. I haven't gotten it graded yet, but like he's been doing these gold and black foil covers for all his big releases.
That is a really nice cover. Holy crap.
Yeah, I had a 9.6 on it, cracked it open, got it pressed, and then as you can see, I got the 9.8 again. So, or not again, but like got what it should have been the first time. Now, this was a Boom Studios exclusive for number 30, another foil cover. Beautiful.
That's Something That's Killing the Children, number 30?
Is, yep.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Nice.
Now, it's not showing up here.
So that kind of brings me to one of my questions. What is your favorite
Actually, this is
publisher?
Man, I love Batman. Like, I have to kind of go. I don't know. I kind of want to go Boom, actually, maybe.
Yeah. Why is that?
Or just, man, I'm going to cop out. I'm just say indie in general. You just get such a variety of stuff, right? Like a more, that you get the horror, you can get some fantasy, like just crazy, like World Tree, dude. Like no Marvel, DC are not going to do something with the naked girl running around killing people. Like that's just you would never get that from either one of those like publishers.
Spoiler alert!
It's on the cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd definitely probably go indie. But I love Batman. I feel like DC is doing too much sometimes.
Yeah.
And also like 10 Batman titles a month. Like, come on, can we?
I can't keep up. I mean, I would like to get more books, but there's just too many. I never know who to read, what to read, which series to start with, all that sort of stuff.
Well, I think we would all, as like comic fans, would agree, right? Like we would all love better quality and less quantity, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Stop worrying about pumping out all these different one shots for every single thing and all the crossover events. If we can just have some better quality content in between the pages,
I would agree.
And don't even get me started like on all the cameos and for the sake of, I know if we mention that there's a new character in here, right, we're going to sell a lot of books. And like, that's the whole premise is like, we're not worrying about a story that we're telling here. We're just worried about like, how can I get a new character in here to sell?
Like Spider-Boy.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I got a couple of those that I need to send in.
This one also was a 9.6 that I went ahead and repressed and got the higher grade. This, I really didn't think this was going to get a 9.8, but I'm happy to have.
Oh, nice.
Print.
Which one?
It's the fourth printing.
Fourth?
Yep. I have a number 1 and a 9.6. So just happy to get that. Chess said, what games do I play? Favorite gaming system is PlayStation. Old school, if we're done old school, like Nintendo 64 was the jam. I love 64.
That never gets old.
Yeah, dude. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart, the OG stuff. Xbox 360 was the best Xbox console, and it was better than PS3 in my opinion, just because the controllers, 360 controllers were amazing. But PS4, PS5 is my recent.
I've never had a PlayStation. It's always been Nintendo, Sega, or Xbox.
I mean, to me, I don't want to start like a console war, but all the games currently are on PlayStation. Like if you want first party exclusive, you're buying this console to play this game, instead of the other way around. Like it's PlayStation right now to me. As far as games, Genshin Impact is kind of like, I know it's probably cringe because it's a gacha and it will take all your money, but Genshin Impact I play that a lot. I just finished the Horizon Zero Dawn content DLC. Last of Us 2 I'm working through. After the show, I never got through the second one, so that's on my list. Mixing some Fortnite, Rocket League, Destiny. It's kind of what I'm.
You're busy, busy.
And yeah, Rob, Horizon is the Forbidden West is it's very much like the first one. So if you like the first one, like they fixed some like quality of life stuff, but it's not like a huge change, which it was a good thing. What up, Cozy? Dude, so funny thing, like Cozy, she's one of my like best friends in like real life. Not really a huge comic book person, but just like a great overall like person and human being. And so she hears about my comic journey sometimes, right? It's just like a soundboard of like, I want to go do this. And she'll be like, Chris, like, why are you going to spend all this money? Like, you need to chill. And so I told her, I was like, man, you really should get into like our stream tonight. Like be like little cameo VIP guest and come in
there
here.
You go.
Add some more to the like, dude, he spends way too much on comic. Like you can give that insight that they're not going to get because I'm going to say, of course I spend money on comics. Like, what do you
Absolutely.
mean? Like,
for as long as I've known you, you've been spending money on comics.
Yeah, like that's what everybody should do, right?
Exactly.
But
welcome, Cozy.
What's that one show? The four guys, right? Like they all make fun of each other and like do pranks and stuff on each other.
Impractical Jokers.
Yes. So she got me to find the Deadpool, I think it's Deadpool book that had a cameo of one of the guys in that show from there. So she does have a comic. She is a comic owner. So don't let her lie to you and say that
That's how it starts. It starts with one.
So I was like, yeah, you should come on and like show your one book and be like, I got it because the guy from Impractical Jokers is in here.
That's funny.
So
heck yeah. Oh, anyway. Look at that. Venom number 6.
Venom 9.
9, yes.
First Dylan Brock. It's like this one. Like that'll be it for sale.
That's like I think there's a new Null story coming out with Carnage. It's Null versus Carnage. So get those back and going. Those first Null appearances.
Dude, Null, there's like no way that they don't do Null at some point, right? Like
I agree.
It was too big of a crossover and event and like build up and hype for like months leading up to them that like they'll use them eventually.
They have to.
And we also got kind of the hints, right? Like in the last Thor movie, they had like the
Necrosword.
Yes, exactly. So we've already gotten some kind of tie-ins, if you will. Yeah. So that's the second Robin I was alluding to.
Nice.
Man, this is number 30 that thought I was talking about on Something's Killing the Children. And check out CGC or / FedEx, man.
Wow. I was going to ask, is that the bag? But there's no bag.
Nope, that's the case.
Dang.
They're on the
way to the back.
Back here too.
I'm assuming you already contacted them to get a refund or.
I'm going to be doing that tomorrow probably. I was like, let me get through the unboxing before I start sorting stuff in different piles of sale pile, send back to CGC pile.
Yeah.
And all that. So you got any other question? I'm down to the last 8 of the I don't care what they are, but I wanted them graded anyway.
Okay. So I had a question. It was actually a question that my wife came up with. She said, what toy was your favorite toy as a child, and did it play into how you collected in the future?
Gosh, that's a good question. Favorite toy. That was probably not a gaming console because that would be an easy cop out.
Right.
Man, I don't think I had like, some cool like Nerf blaster or laser tags or, action figure or anything like that.
It's okay if you say it's a teddy bear or something like that.
Yeah, it was like this big pink teddy. No. I think really like growing up, like there's 2 things that like when I was a young boy, probably like your boy's age, right? Like Army men and like plastic dinosaurs and like had Army men versus dinosaurs on like a living room table.
Nice.
Turtles is nice. I didn't have any cool toys from Turtles though. And then like Hot Wheels. I had like a bunch of Hot Wheels. I did do it. I did have a Teddy Rockspin actually. Teddy Rockspin. I had a Furby. I had a Furby too. Dude, Tamagotchis when they first came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I hate this thing. Like, I can't get it to eat. It's always mad at me. And then, like, can I get it to poop? You know, like.
That's that little digital thing you had like on a keychain, right?
Yeah, a little digital pet.
Yeah.
That you have to, like, take care of. Collectibles just on Teddy Rockspin. Like, how do you even remember that? I'm assuming you had one, because otherwise you wouldn't even remember that to, like, be able to throw that in the chat.
Collectibles to Astonish. I'm gonna have him come on my show sometime too, because he is like this vast knowledge of secondhand type toys and nostalgia toys, and he's like an active full-time reseller of vintage toys and stuff. He's probably got one or two of them in his little storage room or something. But yeah, he's good. So
yeah, I think probably the Hot Wheels is maybe kind of led into some collecting, right? Like, 'cause I definitely like had a bunch that I was like, I'm not opening these. I've opened up these, right? But like, you know, so that was a whole thing. And then I went into like sports autographs, like Cowboys autographs, and some in Dallas.
Nice.
And then that's kind of came into like posters and artwork and like collector video game statues, and then now into comics. So
yeah, that's definitely toys. I think is a gateway drug.
Yeah,
it's a gateway to the more expensive things when we have grown up money, right?
Yeah. So
speaking of Hot Wheels, I got a big box of Hot Wheels sitting right next to me that I still need to sort out.
Dude, there's a box in the garage literally from when I was a kid that like I need to go through still.
Yeah.
So one of these days.
One of these days. All right. What do you got next?
So this is probably the worst grade of them, if I'm remembering. But we got a Detective Comics 474. Okay. So it's the first modern Deadshot. But what they don't tell you is it's the second Deadshot overall.
Second Deadshot character overall, or the second appearance?
Second appearance of Deadshot overall. Oh, yeah. So like his first appearance is like in the 60s, and then it was all the way into 77 before they used him again. So kind of little known fact that it's really a second overall appearance there.
There you go. If you didn't know now, folks, you know now.
Go get you some Deadshot. This one kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Oh, nice. Green? Is that a green label?
Green label of death.
Wow.
And it's because that store stamp.
Oh, I see. Above his head.
Yep. So it got a 9.2 though, so like decent grade. But there was a store here locally in Dallas. They found like last year, they found an entire long box of these in their back room. And they just like were pricing them at like $20-$30 each. But they store stamped them, I guess, because they were worried about somebody stealing the whole box because Ultimate Fallout was such a huge thing or whatever. I don't know. And so I kind of sent this in as an experiment of like, it's got a store stamp. How the hell do you even grade something with a store stamp? Well, they grade it as if it's not there, and then they slap a green label on it.
Well, I know that. Is that true for any book that has like a date stamp on it or something? Because I've seen the older books, like Silver Age books, where stores would put the date that they received it, and they're getting blue labels. I thought.
Yeah, I'd probably say for modern, right? Like, because back then, like, it was traditional thing, right? To be a date stamp on it. Versus now, right? Like, no store should be store stamping a normal off the cover book,
right?
Well, assuming like that's where they're, it's a green label because something was added.
So Geeks and Drinks here says get Bagley or someone to sign it, and then it'll be a gold label. Interesting fact: it'll still come back as a gold label, but it will still have a green strip at the top of that.
Okay.
Of the book. I'll show you an example.
Oh, so you have one.
Yeah. So I have this. Let me make myself bigger here for a second.
There you
So
go.
this one is
I
signed
see it.
by
Yeah.
by two people. So the first signature, the J. Scott Campbell signature here, was verified, not verified, but witnessed, and allegedly the other person's signature here was not witnessed. So it got a green strip at the top saying that it's a qualified grade, but the yellow is for the
It
J. Scott Campbell.
still looks a lot better than just a full-on green label, though.
True. But
So,
yeah, little tidbit there.
I honestly think I'll probably just sell that one because it was more of just an experiment for S and giggles to kind of see what would happen. So
Yeah.
I'm not that like, whatever I get for it, like I'll throw it into the black hole of my next comic book, right? So
Right.
Dale, you're gonna have to tell me if you've seen this show, but one of my favorite series, The Last of Us.
I haven't, because it's on, that's on HBO, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 16 a month.
Yeah, I don't have HBO Max.
All right, so Dale, when's your birthday? We need to get you like community, tear him up for a subscription for a year,
That's
and
funny.
get this dude on some Last of Us.
Yeah, I hear it's an excellent show and an excellent game too, right?
Yeah, game was great. The show is probably one of the best like TV productions of a video game. Like, is just so. The cool thing about this book, if you don't know, or if anyone in the chat doesn't know, is this specific cover was only in the PlayStation 3 collector's edition. So very limited print run. I think there's only 100 or so on Census total, maybe like 150. Like it's not a lot.
Oh, wow.
Because again, you had to think PS3, so years ago, and people didn't care about a damn comic. They weren't buying the collector's edition for the comic.
Right.
It's like the art book and the steel bookcase and the other stuff, not the comic. So how many people actually kept this and kept it in good shape? So
it's hard to come by, and then it's hard to come by in a high grade.
yes. Yeah, because I've seen a couple of them, and there's no protection between the hard cover book. It's also behind me on the fireplace, right next to the clock, the one that's not the handprint on it. Okay. And they just ship the comic book with right on top of that book. Like there's nothing to keep everything from sliding and cringing. So I had these all pressed a couple times each. So I lucked out. I literally thought that was gonna be like a 7.58 because of how jacked it was before I got it pressed.
Well, your presser did a good job. I think I know who your presser is.
I actually have two. I have used Justin Comics, and he did a great job on my Poison Ivy.
Yep, Justin Comics. Shout out to Justin Comics.
There is a guy locally that's like 20-minute drive from my house, and I have him do a lot of stuff though too, just because I'm not having to ship it. So depends what I'm needing, depending on who I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
So
9.4, nice.
There are 2 9.4s and 1 9.2.
Nice.
And then I have a 9.8. But all three of these I'm going to buy these, and I'm going to press and grade and probably sell them or trade them to some Last of Us fans in the community.
There are several. Ready for another question?
Yeah, man, hit me.
All right. What is your all-time favorite book, your comic book, in your collection, and why?
Man, again, like a cop-out would be my X-Men 1 because it's an X-Men 1. My other options would probably be the Last of Us. I have that in a 9.8 because that's just like stupid crazy that I managed to get a 9.8. And then the other one that comes to mind is I have a Something is Killing the Children, number 1, 9.6, signed by Werther, and it's remarked. And the remark takes up like 3/4 of the cover, like height-wise.
Oh, wow.
I think I have a picture of it on my Instagram, TC_gamer, but like that book It's just like because it's uniqueness. So that's probably definitely one of my faves.
That was such an easy question for you to answer. Look at that.
Well, I mean, because I only have so many books, you know, I'm only 2.5 years in. I'm not OG like Dale here and
Oh,
Legion
no.
Comics and some of these other guys that have been doing it for years.
Yeah, I don't have that many books. My wife would disagree with me, but I don't have that many.
I think I have like 6 or 7 short boxes.
Yeah, I have a little bit more than that, but not much.
Okay. I have like 70 or 80 slabs. So like that's probably where a lot of my, you know, that kind of stuff comes in. So
yeah. So why do you slab books?
man, I'm kind of the opinion number one, like grading being so opinionated, it's just so much easier to sell it if it's got a grade. And I don't care. I'll take less on a margin, right, on a book. Like if it's $100 or more, like typically I'm like, I might as well grade it. Because at that point, right, a 9.8 to a 9.6 to a 9.4, you're having the value each way, and then 9.2 down, it's an S show on how to actually do that math in your head.
Yeah.
So I like having the this is what it is, this is what it goes for. And then the second thing too is like you'll see like I get a lot of my old Silver Age Batman stuff graded like 2s, 3s, 4s. And a lot of people are like, why do you grade that stuff? It's such a low grade. And it's like, well, more like preserving it, right? We're talking about a book from the 1960s. It's already like 60 something years old. And so I'm very big on like, there's not, you know, if you're into Silver Age Batman, like, you know, those books don't come up. They're not easy to find. You can go into a major city, into any shop and look for key 1960 Batman stuff. And like, you might find a couple of books
Right.
at any given time. Like they're not a lot out there. So I'm very much like, if I'm keeping this for my own PC, then I want it preserved. You know, it's not getting any better, right? But it can definitely get worse. So,
it can get worse, but you're preventing it from getting a lot worse by having it slabbed. Yeah.
100%.
Good.
What
Else you got?
Second
Anything?
book. We got
Dr. Aphra.
Beautiful. I think it's the 1 in 25. Dr. Aphra, number 6. It's the Sarah Pacelli. No, Bartel, right? It's Bartel, I think.
Yeah.
And this was during COVID, 2021, January, where ratio variants were very hard to like come by. Stores weren't ordering a lot. So I saw this and had to pick it up. This will be another one that I'll probably be dropping for sale because it's not a 9.8, and I really wanted a 9.8. All right, you can tell here it has a little bit of color rub right here, which is what
from the staple.
Yep.
Nice.
And I didn't notice that when I bought it. Otherwise, it probably would be a 9.8. And so I thought that was going to be a slam dunk, like $600 book, you know.
Yeah.
But still a beautiful cover.
There you go, Trev.
Yeah, Trev, man, we can definitely work something out.
I can vouch for both of you guys.
And let's hit up any more of your questions before I show my favorite of the whole batch.
Okay. One of my last questions is, what piece of advice would you give to all the new collectors just starting out? Because you've seen some stuff already in the 2.5, 3 years that you've been in the game. So what piece of advice would you give to someone like, let's say Cozy, for example, haven't heard, starting out? What sort of advice would you give her?
And I'd probably go a couple things, 2 or 3 things. Number one, like, use your resources. I jump on Facebook and like different comic groups. You know how many times I see people are like, I have this comic, how much is this worth? Like, you go to eBay, use the sold listings, pay for GPA analysis, and like it's like $10-15 a month to be able to know all kinds of sales history and such, right? Like, be informed on what you're buying would be my biggest thing. Also, don't be afraid to take losses and like gambles. Like, you're going to lose money on books. They're gonna, if not just because the up and down of demand, right? Like, you're gonna buy something and be like, oh, this is a 9.8, and then oops, I missed this. It's actually a 9.4, and that's $200 or $300 difference, right? I'm still in the green on that book, but like for expectations and such, like it's definitely kind of a disappointment on what I thought it was going to be and the potential and such. So, learning that like you're going to take losses and it's okay. That's part of the business. It's part of learning. And then also like understand that like when you're going after that newest character and like the ratio covers, that those may be hot right then, but more times than not, they're not going to be hot 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks later, right? So like buy something that you want and that you're going to enjoy, and that if you lose a bunch of money on, that you're still okay with it and you still like that book.
That's some words of wisdom right there.
So
for sure.
Yeah, I've changed over what I've collected like 2 or 3 times. I wanted to do all the Batman minor, major characters. I had a copy of first appearance of Orca at one point, and then I've since kind of decided like, why do I have Orca? I love Batman, but I really I don't need this Orca book. Like,
yeah.
And then I went into doing like Spider, but what's the hotkey this week going to be, and trying to chase over that stuff. And now I've moved into like, no, I'm going to do Silver Age, like bigger books, like ideally $200 or $300 and up books is kind of what I want. And if it's less than that, like I'm not speccing anymore. I'm not trying to get the hottest book. I did that for World Tree, but like I really believe in World Tree, so it's a little bit of a difference. So that's kind of what I would say to any new people watching this on the rewind or that happen to be here.
It's all good advice. So, I like it. Collect what you like and like what you collect, pretty much. And if you can make some money off of it to get more, do it.
Great. Yep.
Yep.
And also like going back, if we can, on these, right? Like I bought 3 of the PS3 editions on eBay, right? So I have no idea. I can see from the pictures the books looked fine, but it was literally like a $700 gamble to get just 3 copies of this book. And I was like, if I lose money, I lose money, but like I'm gonna have 4 or 5 because I'm probably gonna buy another 1 or 2, right? Like at the end of it, when season 2 comes out, I'm gonna have like 5 or 6 of this book that there's only 100 something on the damn census. And like I'm be sitting pretty. So part of it's like the long play though too, right? Like you understand, like if you buy a book, it may be 5-10 years before that book hits.
Yep. Just tuck it away.
I got a Final Fantasy 49 just maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And that's one of my, if y'all don't know, right? Like first Galactus, first cover appearance of Silver Surfer, second appearance overall of Silver Surfer. It's a 4/5, and I'm waiting until that Fantastic Four trailer drops.
You said Final Fantasy. You still got
that? Yeah, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
My bad.
Like, oh, okay. That's something new.
Well, Final Fantasy 16 is coming out, so like here in a month or 2. So
dang, they're all the way up to 16 already?
Yeah.
See, I haven't played in forever.
Number 10 is the best.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Anybody in the chat want to fight me on that? That's cool. What's up, Chop?
Got some good folks here.
Yeah, Trev, that World Tree gold foil was gorgeous.
100%.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, man. You ready for the last book?
Let's see it.
I think I may have told you about this one a couple months ago, but you may not have. Dude, there probably is a Final Fantasy comic.
Probably.
Right? There's got to be one at one point. Actually, I'll tell you the next one that I'm waiting for, if they do a video game, that I'm going to go just all the covers like I did for Horizon. Elden Ring. If they do an Elden Ring comic, I am there. I'm sold. I'll prepay, pre-FOC. I want all the covers. Give me the Elden Ring stuff. I don't know.
I'm ready.
Like this is
the suspense. I am in suspense. That's my hashtag. Let's see it. It better not be a Tales of Suspense 39. Oh, nice. Look at that. Malibu Sun.
Malibu Sun, number 13, the first real Spawn appearance. And we got a 9-2.
9-2. Right on.
Just a beautiful book that you don't find like ever in shops. Like,
I think the back cover is better than the front cover.
the back cover's dope.
For sure. That's badass.
Todd McFarlane art before Todd McFarlane was like, well, maybe before he was really just kind of getting there.
Yeah.
So
let's see. We're in here already 40 minutes. Holy smokes. That's awesome. That's a good time. Do you have anything new coming up? You're going to bring your channel back? You're going to...
Man, the channel is such a time like sink. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. If I can keep having good like hits like this, I might have to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I
or
will.
Or you can just keep coming on my show.
Like that's even better. Back cover is definitely better. Cozy, yeah. Cozy. I had a YouTube. I had like 36 subscribers after working on it for like a year and a half. Maybe that's not long enough. I don't know. I got impatient with it. I also was not a consistent release schedule. You know, like some of these guys are like, every Monday I'm doing this show and like come hang out. And mine was like 3 weeks, nothing. And then boom, I'm going live right now. Like, here's a video. And then it may be like a week later, maybe a month later. And so like, that just doesn't work for what people want for content wise. I'll leave that to the professionals like Dale, these other guys that do it better. Legion, I think, is pretty good, right? He's
every day almost.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat's pretty good. Chop and Drop, Collectibles to Astonish, Trev, yeah, all of them.
Yeah. So it's, me trying to do my channel again would be disrespect to the work and such that y'all guys put into it.
Not at all.
I'll just be the cool kid, We're trying to be a cool kid that comes on y'all show sometimes and blasts for 40 minutes. Like, I can do that.
Yeah. Well,
so
I don't really have anything else to ask you. You got anything you want to discuss?
Let's leave it on this. Like I said, I'll have a sale or posting with books for sale later this week on my page. Let's say if you hit me up in the DMs and put in parentheses whispers and then put Dale, right? Like you're whispering in my ear. I'll get so excited that I'm just going to give you 20% off all the raw books that I post if you just whisper Dale into my ear on Instagram. Any
like
slab,
Hydra.
Yeah, any slabs? Well, let's do 10% off if you whisper Dale, and any raw books 20%.
That's awesome. I'll have to put that in the comments.
So,
well, I do appreciate you coming on.
Right? Like, you didn't come to Dale's show. No, you don't get a discount. That's not how this world works.
Yeah. First show ever where I got a guest and I'm asking the questions, and I think it was a good time.
Man, you know what? It was a good time, but you know what I think you should do? Can I throw a name out for the second guest, and we can just kind of do a, damn, you just got looped into this?
Sure.
Let's go my buddy locally, Nick's Kicks and Comics.
Okay.
We'll get Nick up in here, and then you can have him toss it to somebody else.
Sounds good. I will hit up Nick. I think he's out of town currently, but yeah, for sure.
So again, man, I appreciate you having me, and appreciate everybody in the chat and coming in and supporting Dale.
I appreciate everybody also coming into the chat. Yes. Sorry, I'm like dumbfounded, don't know what to say really, but I do appreciate you guys coming out and listening in, checking it out. Appreciate you all.
Dale would also like it if you hit that like and subscribe button and comment down below.
Share, comment, all that good stuff. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah, on the road to 600 already. I'm at like 522, so people are trickling in.
when you start that giveaway for 600.
Yeah, I started the 500 giveaway before I hit 400 giveaway.
Dude,
But
okay, yeah. If y'all like local in Texas, who was it? Trev. Did I see? Yeah, Trev, Chin and Slouchin. Yeah, hit me up. I'm in Dallas. We can work out like some trades, talk some comic books. Man, we'll figure it out.
there you go. Sounds good. But all right, on that note, you guys have yourself a great evening. Thanks for stopping by and have a great evening. Bye-bye. And broadcast.